stand back and watch a run shot.
Coming up, it's an AFC clash. The Texans look to make it 6 wins in their last 7 against the Bills. But things have changed since their 2020 wild card win over Buffalo. It's week 4, and it's next.
Autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at Bill Stadium in Orchard Park. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone for a touchback, so that will come out now to the 25-yard line. So here come the Bills for their first go on offense, led by their Pro Bowl quarterback. Now in his 4th season, it's Josh Allen.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both, and at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Allen. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arm saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice game.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. 37 yards on the punt with no return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans ready to take over here on offense, and it's Deshaun Watson at the controls in his 5th season now in the NFL.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there at 22.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows. The offensive offensive line here because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
From the 50, it's Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
I thought that Brandon Cooks took over the #1 role for the Texans after DeAndre Hopkins was shipped to Arizona. And he wound up with a team-leading 81 catches in 2020, his most since 2015.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Watson. Dumping it off for Johnson. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down. Here's Watson. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Back to throw, Watson. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They will indeed snap it to Watson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. He's at the 40. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down to the 20-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
Right back to Singletary on second down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Now Allen. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. with 6 points.
Yeah, I have to imagine that they were thinking maybe we can at least get a first down if we don't score. But he decided he didn't want a new set of downs. He just wanted a touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Andre Roberts now to return it. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come home with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? Jerry Hughes on the stop. Watson. Screenplay. Johnson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. It's complete to Chris Conley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
From just shy of midfield, Watson, and he'll find Akins there, complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 28. A gain there of 21 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Now a first down throw, Watson. He gets it to Cooks. And down inside the 15 he goes. The numbers for Cooks in that game last week. 4 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
And you can tell early, they're going to look his way quite a bit, and he made himself available on that one.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Watson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Watson now to throw.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the...
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Anthony Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Texans football to start quarter two. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball to make a big play. Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
Pass complete here to Sanders. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. From the 45 on second down, Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 44-yard line.
I like this young guy out of Ole Miss in his third year with Buffalo. Prototypical size for a tight end, 6'4", 254. I thought 2020 would be a big year for him. I do think it will happen in 2021.
On play action, Allen. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 39 yards there, a big one.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And again, it's Allen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. Of course, he was solid last week. AFC Offensive Player of the Week award. 2 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah, he's playing at a level right now where he's just breaking down defenses. Makes me remember when I was playing and my defensive back coach told me, listen, if you give up a touchdown pass, that's on me. I didn't coach you well enough. If you give up a second one, that's on you. And if there's a third one, I'm getting someone else in the game.
On second and goal, Allen. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Cole Beasley, the intended target. But now it's third and goal. Moss. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills have taken the lead. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A pass complete here to Conley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Throwing again on second down. Watson. He gets it left side to Johnson. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. Out of the gun, Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's Watson. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And some room to work. And he's got this down to the 35. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Now Watson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 18. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Watson a give. This is Johnson. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd and 2, Watson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7 our score. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. Here's Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Chris Conley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Jordan Jenkins. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Hawk now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Here now Roberts. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage. Either run another play or clock it and start over again.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw. Watson. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
On first down, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Back to throw, Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Looking to throw. Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But it'll be second and goal.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown. But I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Here's the All-Pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts, and able to get this out to the 25. Let's go! Deshaun Watson making his way back out, the focus of our players' spotlight, and he's been effective in their winning, so it makes it a little easier to put a montage together.
It really does, doesn't it? Because we can see him throwing it really well, but how about everything else that's going on? Protection has been excellent, and of course the guys catching the ball have provided some highlight reels themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always just one man. He's been good, but you got the guys catching the ball too.
Yeah, you name it. It's all coming together for them. What they call that synergy, everything working together really well, and right now he's the focal point of it.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Watson. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They give to Johnson going right. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. They go to Johnson again. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Let's go, Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. On the option, they go with Johnson. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And that's incomplete.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head and out of harm's way.
And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. They do get 9, and it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So put 3 on the board. A little bit of a hook on the driver that time. Looked a little bit like you, Charles, over on the 8th at Windermere.
You know me too well, partner, except that he got his to hit a tree and kick back into the fairway.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Play action. Now it's Allen.
And he'll get this underneath to Singletary.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down. Allen off the play fake. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. No gain on the play there. Second down. This ball complete to the tight end, Sweeney. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
We're in the third quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10.
They'll run out of the gun with Singletary, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Whitney merciless in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic. This is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
The kick by Bass is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Texans to take over. They were losers last week to Carolina, but they've got the lead here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
51 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Watson on first down. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Watson. There he goes inside the 30. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. Going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. On 1st and 10, Watson. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On the ground, this is Johnson. There's a nice move, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. David Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time, they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And the lead is up to 14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's David Johnson who provides the capper as he scores on the touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Buffalo set to get the football back here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
From the 27, Allen. Flush to his right, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. From the gun, it's Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Give him 2 on the play there, and it'll give the Bills a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To the air, Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Here's Allen. Now they go screen, it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. From midfield, here's Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Here's Allen to throw it. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Davis. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Allen to throw once more. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. DeMarcus Walker able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down.
I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bills drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Buying time to his left. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, Almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Here's Johnson again on 2nd down. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And that is incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. All right, Charles Davis, what do we make of these numbers and what's happened to the big tight end here?
Well, I think a lot of times we talk so much about adjustments and what you're going to do at halftime that maybe we miss what actually goes on. Because the sense is that, oh, they go in at the half.
As Sanders has it poked free, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Houston's offense taking over again, and they look to finish strong in this fourth quarter. And this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Handoff to Johnson on the option. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Texans, they pick up their second win now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.